everyone, my name's Katrina McKinnon and I'm the founder of Small Revolution, and this is e-commerce for beginners. I just want to take you through a common problem that many people have, and that is allowing customers to find you online. So a typical, we'll go through the typical scenario of what people do. And so let's say I was in the market to buy a tent. So I might go to Google and I might type in the word tent. And what will happen is, you get definitions of a tent. You get, buy tents at argos.co.uk, which you're obviously not going to do. And so what people do, and that's got 296 million results. And so what people typically do is they start being a little bit more defined in their search. So they might say, well, not tent, maybe family tent. And then after a little while, people do more research. So your customers are always researching online. They're sort of saying to people, what sort of tent was, what sort of tent's a good one. And you'll see here that Google's got a focus as well on showing shopping results for tents. So it thinks that if I'm searching for family tent, I'm not wanting to find out how to repair it. I'm probably wanting to buy it. And then what happens even further down the track is people start typing in, say, an Austrail tent. So that's a popular brand in Australia. And so again, people narrow that search down until they find a level that they're comfortable with, and then they start, and you'll do this yourself, and then they start researching these sites. So you might then go and open this site and this site and this site and this site to sort of go and see whether these people have got what you need in terms of that tent. And the trick is you've got a lot of competition because people can open multiple browser windows. So this one, Australia Blitz tent, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And so you sort of think to yourself, well, Outer Limits family, oh, they're not selling a tent, I'll close that one down. That one's not opening up. Tent World, oh gosh, that's, a bit intense. Those are all hiking tents. And then what starts to happen is as you research more into the type of tent that you want, you might then decide on, say an Austrail Breezeway tent, for example. Let's just try that one and see what happens. And so when people get down to a much more accurate description of what it is that they're looking for, that's when they're in the buy phase, and that's what you've got to realise. So let's have a look. Let's sort of analyse those keywords that I just typed in. So this is a tool called the AdWords keyword tool, and it's free. It's really easy to use. And there's the link in the blog. And so you can see here I've typed in tent, family tent, Austrail tent, and Austrail Breezeway. So we're going from a very generic description of a product, getting to a little bit more of a categorizing of that product, and then saying, well, I want this brand, and now I want this exact one, which is a family tent. So you can see here what the competition and the keywords are for this. So the word tent has 368,000 sort of local searches in Australia per month. And then you can see here that Austrail Breezeway has 590. So even though there's many more people searching for tent, they could be searching for tent reviews, tent poles, tent repairs, car tents, pop-up tents. They could be searching for all sorts of things. But when you get right down to this last one, Austrail Breezeway, they're searching for that specific tent. So that means that they're most likely in a buying phase. They're ready to buy, and they're actually searching for that product. And so the key is to show up for that product. This little local search trend shows you when people start buying. So we're coming into now into the season where people start to buy more tents. And you can see here, here's the competitiveness of buying those phrases. So Austrail Breezeway can be bought online for 27 cents approximately, depending on your account, whereas the word tent, although there's more traffic for it, it's a little more expensive, but it's probably less accurate. It probably doesn't give you as good a result. So when you, so then the next thing, of course, is to show up in the search engines for an Austrail Breezeway. And so you can see here, Camping Central, we show up, one of my sites shows up in the second position for that. And so because we show up in this area here, we're more likely to get more people clicking on it, of course, so we're higher up in the search engines. But if you're down on the 10th page or the 6th page or something, you're not likely to get found. So the way to get found is to include these keywords in the product description, in your product title. So that's really all there is to it. So with Google AdWords, so you sort of think to yourself, what am I selling? I'm not just selling a tent. You don't just call it a tent. You call it that product name, but you also give it the keyword. So you can see here we've got an Austrail, breezeway, family, for man, person, tent. So we use various synonyms to ensure that we get found for any one of those combinations. So that's it's a good way of getting shown up in the search engine. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay, bye.